Good evening. I'm Mary, Pinky Mall Sisters in the Kitchen, and I had told y'all that I would be on with talking to my brother this evening. I know it's kind of late, but I didn't even get here till what, 4, a little after 4, something like that. And then of course Linnell had us a good, delicious supper, pot roast, potatoes and carrots, and it was really good, salad and everything. And then Charles's house is pretty social or whatever, busy. He's got his daughter and son. One of his sons lives right here next to him on the property, and 2 grandkids. Is that right? 2 grandkids or one great?
2 grandkids. Mm-hmm.
2 grandkids.
Yeah.
And some great grandkids.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to come up and say hi to me, so we've been visiting with them too. And of course, Grace came up, their daughter, and we visited with her for a while. But I had told Charles, or asked him if he mind if we videoed him telling one of his little stories. Charles, he drove a truck for how many years?
47 years.
47 years. And so he's got a lot of tales about things that happened whenever he was driving a truck. So I'm going to let him tell one of the incidents that whenever he was out traveling. Okay, there's Charles. There's Charles, and this is our brother. This is Linda and my brother, our oldest brother. And so that's Charles.
I'm Charles Pinkston. I'm Mary and Linda's oldest brother, and the oldest Pinkston in the family, on both sides of the family, on my mother's side and on my dad's side, because I was the first grandchild that was born.
You're the one who named Pinky Paw.
I'm the one that named
Pinky
Paw
Paw.
and Pinky Maw.
Yeah.
Because the other grandparents were called Ma and Pa, and they tell me that I couldn't say Pinkston when I was that small, and so we call them Pinky Maw and Pinky Paw, and that's what they was known as all of our life.
Yeah.
Well, God has been good to me. I just want to say this. I'm so thankful for my family, for my wife, for my kids, my 2 sons and my daughter, their wives and husbands. And I don't know why God has kept me around as long as he has, because I have 9 first cousins that have went on to meet the Lord.
Yeah.
And why I'm the oldest one, why he has kept me here, I don't know.
Well,
but God has been good to us, and I'm thankful to him for that. Well, anyway, I drove a truck for 47 years, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I got to see the country and got paid for it. We drove in over 3 million miles in 42 states and 2 provinces in Canada, and never had an injury accident in my life. So I was, had a lot of things, and I've always got a story or 2 to tell. And I'll tell you this one, that we was coming back from a job. Before I was actually truck driving, my son Mark and my uncle Jesse was in a pickup, and we was coming back, and it was middle of the afternoon, and we was getting hungry, and we come through a town in Texas, Elkhart, Texas. It's not a real large town, but right in the middle of town, I seen a cafe, and I said, y'all ready to eat? And, well, they was ready. It was the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
We went in. We were the only customers in there. The lunch crowd had already left. This waitress come over. She was a little small lady, probably 85 or 90 pounds. She come over, very friendly, and she took our order from us. Well, on her way back, she was wearing a pair of sandals, and this lady was a very small, frail kind of a lady. She stumped her toe on a big, heavy table, like a 4x4 leg, and she grabbed that foot with one hand and was jumping up and down, just screaming and hollering. And I just busted out laughing. I could not help it. I just I mean, I was laughing till tears was coming out of my eyes.
It just struck you funny, huh?
It just struck me as being the funniest thing I'd ever seen because she was jumping up and down on one leg while holding the other one in her hand and screaming.
Oh, goodness.
Mark and Jesse was sitting right across from me at the table. They never cracked a smile. Well, in a few minutes, I remembered it. Now, this happened almost 50 years ago. I can still tell you what they ordered. Mark ordered a hamburger and french fries. Jesse ordered a plate lunch. And I ordered a barbecue sandwich. She brought it out there, and they set Mark's down, and it looked perfect. Set Jesse's down, it looked perfect. They set that barbecue sandwich down in front of me, and the bread on it was burnt black. And I opened it up, and the barbecue in it was like bacon that had been cooked too much. It was just totally inedible. Well, that ended my laughing, and I have never to this day laughed at someone that's bringing you your food. That was one of life's lessons is you don't laugh at a waitress who's bringing your food to you.
You think?
And I know that she did that on purpose.
Yeah, well, it could have been. It probably wasn't funny to her, was it?
Well, this is my wife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's Linnell. Linnell said she...
I washed my hair, so I'm not fixing.
You're okay, Linnell. You're all right. You're okay. I was just, well, let's see. I'm doing it wrong here. Let me change this around. I was going to try to get both of us in here at the same time, Charles. Okay. I was going to remind you of something, see if you remember this.
Okay.
You remember when you was putting Mother's mobile home went behind Sister Jean and them. Sister Jean Holland back there in Mississippi.
Yes, I do.
You remember when you setting her trailer up?
Yes, I do.
And y'all was raising it up.
Right.
And Bobby and my husband was up underneath the trailer. And he was putting something, helping y'all set the blocks on it or something.
Right.
And I went around there to the back. And I told Bobby, I said, I love you, Bobby. And he didn't know what I said. He couldn't understand me. So he got out from under the trailer and stood up, and he said, what'd you want? And I said, all I wanted was just to tell you I love you. And all of a sudden, you started screaming. That trailer fell to the ground. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I sure do. He came out from under it.
He was, yeah. And he would have been under that trailer if I hadn't went around there. It was just something that the Lord let me do. And I've thought about that so many times. The Lord's protecting hands when we don't even know why. But why I went around there and told him that, right. But it saved his life because Charles was screaming, Bobby, get out from under the trailer. Yeah. And he had just gotten out because I had went around there and said that to him. I didn't know if you'd remember that or not.
Yes, I do.
I was thinking about that
like
on the
it was
way over
yesterday.
Here.
Absolutely.
So you probably had a lot of incidents happen that the Lord's taking care of you, hadn't you, on the road?
I have, for a fact. Like I said, I have seen many accidents up in Colorado on 2 different occasions, fatality accidents that I was just very close to. I mean, that happened up in front of me or backed up traffic and all, and God has kept his hand upon me, and it couldn't be anything but God keeping his hand upon me. And I appreciate it so much. All that we have lasted as long as it had, and so maybe God's still got a purpose for me being around.
He does, absolutely. And Linda, she wasn't able to be with us today, but she'll be on live again tomorrow. I think she's supposed to be making something at home, and then I'm going to go on up to see my daughter and go to that adoption but this is a good place for me to stop, and it's perfect.
We're always glad to have Mary here. I
love to come by here and spend the night with my brother and Linnell, because Linnell's like a sister to me, and I really enjoy visiting with them. And of course, I get to see Mark and Sonia, and well, he's got, how many acres is it here? 3, 4?
Well, there's 4 acres here. I'm on 1. Mark is on 1. Mark's son is on 1. My other son owns the property next to us, but a grandson is living in that house. So there's 4 of us, 4 families here on the 4 acres.
And then Grace bought how many acres?
And Grace,
right
my
next to
daughter,
it?
lives right next to us. She bought 2.8 acres over there, and they've got their home over there, and it's a huge home. I mean, it's just a huge home.
And this is at the end of the road. It's like a little compound back here, all the relatives.
If you come down this road, you're coming to see us because
Yeah.
we're the only ones down here. We're at the end of the road.
Yeah, it's a nice setup down here. It is.
And,
It's nice
we
to have.
we
your
like
family.
it. It's peaceful and it's quiet.
Yeah, I do too. I like it too. And anyway, we just wanted to jump on here a few minutes and let Charles say a few words. Do you have anything else you would like to tell them? They enjoy listening to you.
Oh my goodness! I mean, stories. They're non-ending. I could tell you a bunch of them, but I don't want to take up your time and anything. I'll just let you know that God has kept His hand upon us all these years, so I'm so thankful for that. Got a lot of good friends that when I drove that was good friends still to this day.
Yeah. And Charles and them, you used to do a nursing home ministry.
Yes,
you?
we went and sang in nursing homes. We loved singing gospel music, and we got run out of one. We went up there, and we was coming in on Sunday morning, and they come over there, and they said, "You can't bring those kids in here." And I said, "We've been coming up here for a year, and you've never said anything about it." And come to find out that it was a state-operated nursing facility, and they had registered sex offenders in that nursing home. And I went there Monday morning and talked to them, and they said, "Well, you're not allowed to bring children in here." And I said, "Well, we won't be able to come back because they're an important part of this ministry." So we just called another one in Hazel, and they said, "Lord, yes, bring them on. We would love to have them." So we just went to another one, and we continued doing it for several years.
You and all three of your kids.
All of the kids came, and one time we was singing at one of the facilities, and I played a guitar at that time. So I was up there playing, and we was singing this song, "This World Is Not My Home." Well, everybody had the little condensed book, and in this condensed book, it only had 2 verses in it. Well, everybody knows that "This World Is Not My Home" has got 3 verses to it. Well, I'm up there just singing at the top of my voice, and I turn around and look, and nobody's singing. They all looking at one another, and they said, "Where did that come from?" I said, "Well, don't you know that there's another verse to that song?" Well, apparently they didn't, and all. So, but we just kept on singing.
Yeah.
I think on that same program, all at once, my daughter, who was standing right behind me, just screamed out, and I didn't know if she was in the spirit or just what happened. Well, it come to find out that one of the speakers back there had a naked wire on it, and she had got her leg up against it, and it shocked her. And I'm here to tell you, she did let us know about it.
Oh, my
well,
goodness.
I did fix that.
Oh, goodness.
But anyway,
Yeah. Well, I know y'all done a lot of work for the Lord and everything. And for all, if there's any new followers that are watching this, Charles is the oldest of our family, and I'm the second, and then it's my sister Linda, which is Pinky Mall also, and then our younger brother is Edward, and he lives in Mississippi. So that's just for the ones that doesn't already know. A lot of you does know how it works in the order that we were born, but I just thought I would tell y'all since some of you may not know that.
thank you, Mary.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to let you go and hope that y'all have a good evening. And like I said, I'll be back on again Friday. Well, today's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Linda's going to be on tomorrow, and she'll be cooking at home, and then I will be on Friday for the adoption. And I hope y'all have a great weekend, and don't forget to count your blessings. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.